Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Peaches' Kitchen. How are we all doing? I hope you're all well. I know it's the winter months and, we're in the seasons of flu and colds. So this morning, I'm just doing something short and nice, which is healthy and natural for you all. Hope you will enjoy making it and drinking it. Okay, it is quite good. I find it is quite good for whenever I am having a cold or my children are having a cold. Yeah, so you're getting a cold, you just have this, just make it as a tea and drink it, either first thing in the morning or in the afternoon, or it can be used at night. Yeah, I know for some of you, maybe night where you are, maybe morning, and it may be in the day. But whatever time it is, thank you for watching my videos. Yeah, and it's very nice doing this. I enjoy cooking and I enjoyed it. My daughter is behind the camera. So at the moment, yeah. So good morning again. Have a good day. Yeah, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Excuse the running water at the moment. I'm just putting 2 cups of water. And what I'm planning to do this morning is I did say 2, but I'm going to put 3. What I'm what I'm planning this morning to do, I just go over to the cooker. What I plan to do this morning, I plan to do 2 things. First, I'm going to let this boil up. Once it's boiling, I'll do what next I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to go over here, and what I'm going to do, as I was saying to you this morning, I'm going to do an onion tea, and this with ginger, onion tea with and ginger tea, you could call it. And this is for when basically, you have a cold or a flu, that this is a home remedy. It's natural, okay? No preservative in it. So therefore, you just drink it as you would a normal tea for like Lemsip, that I would call Lemsip. I don't know what you may call it where you do live, but this is what I'm going to do this morning. It's very short, it's not very long, and anybody can do this. Yeah, I've washed the onion already, and I've washed the ginger. As I said, I'm going to do 2 things. The other thing, home remedy that I'm going to do is a white onion. Some people call it yellow onion, white onion, and I've got my jar and I've got some honey. Yeah. So first thing, let's deal with the tea. And this, what I'm going to do is just cut off. I'm going to cut the top and the bottom. I'm not going to peel the onion. I'm going to leave the skin on. Okay. And all I'm going to do is just cut it up. Okay, as I said, once the water has boiled in the pot, we're just going to add the onion and the ginger. Okay, so you just cut this up as small as you possibly can. At the moment, I'm not crying because of the onion gas. It gives you off the gas, so I'm just going to cut this up. Okay. As I said, I'm leaving the skin on. Don't want to take it off. I'm going to just put everything in the pot. And remember, onion tea is quite good. It's something that I've been doing for years now, especially when myself or my children has got a cold. But now that they're big, they're a bit fussy in having these things. But they do have it now and again, when they find out that other remedies that they're using or other things that they go to the shop and buy, it's not really working, then oh, Mom, can I try that, please? So, we just do it. for the family. Yeah, as I said, don't worry, it's all natural. So give me a few minutes to cut up, and I can feel the onion is getting to my eyes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, if I start crying, you know I'm not crying for anything, but the onion gas is making me cry. Okay, folks. And as I said, please wash the onion before you start using it. And wash your hands as well when you're in the kitchen cooking. That's very important. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can feel my eyes. Wee. Wee, yeah, yeah. Woo. Try not to close my eyes. Okay. And that's it. That you don't have to cut it up any smaller. That's all you want to cut it up to. Yeah. And remember, you know, the things in the home is just as good as if you would go to the shop and buy. These are all natural, right? I'm just going to go over there to get a bottle because I need to beat the, I'm going to turn the fire up just to get the water boiling. Okay, so I've got this. Put that over there. And I'm just going to beat up. I call it beat up. I'm going to beat it just to get it, you know, into, just to release the flavor. Okay. Okay. So I said beat, you said pound. You may say pound, you're pounding it. I say beat. Okay? Oh dear. Okay, you need some strength. Okay, and that's how you basically want just to release all that ginger. Remember, ginger is quite good for your stomach. You know, it fights inflation. Inflation? Have I said that correctly? Okay, you know what I mean. All right? Okay. And onion, you know, not many people like onion, but as I said, it doesn't taste oniony. You know, you don't get that. It's just that, you know, you just cook these together, you know, and then, you know, it's something that you use, as I've mentioned before. You're at home. You don't have to go to the shop to buy these things. Okay? Okay, so I'm just checking now that the water is boiling. So now the water is boiling. You can have a look. The water is boiling. Right. So what I'm going to do now is to go back and get my onion and get my ginger. Okay? Right. So here we go. I'm going to do the onion first. Okay, and then I'm going to go and get my ginger. And just put your ginger in. Okay, just get a spoon. Right. So I'm just going to let that boil, say for about between 10-15 minutes. Once it starts bubbling again, I'm just going to turn the fire down. Okay, now that it's bubbling up, I'm just going to reduce the heat for a while, just, you know, so it doesn't boil over. And as I said, you give it between 10 and 15 minutes. So I'm just watching the time on my microwave just to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. So we'll leave that for 10-15 minutes. Then I'll come back and I'll check.
Held in your hand from the moment that I wake up until I lay my head. I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice.
Okay, everyone, so it's 15 minutes. Okay, I gave it 15 minutes. As you can see, the color changes. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is strain. Just strain some of it and show you what it looks like. And each time that you are using it, you can basically just leave it on, leave it at the side. And each time that you're using it, you just come and warm it up. Yeah, so that you can have your onion and ginger tea for your colds and flu. And as I've said, you can use this, just like you use a normal cough remedy. Sort of, we call it Lemsip over here. I don't know what you may call it where you are, but this is natural and it's much better. There's no preservative or additives added to it. So I'm just going to go over there. It's hot, so I'm not going to drink it at the moment because it's very hot. And as you can see, you've got a nice deep color to this. Red, because we use the red onion. Okay, what you could do if you like is to add a teaspoon of honey to it, but I'm not going to add honey to it because the onion will make it sweet enough to drink. Okay, so that's it and it's done. Yeah, that didn't take very long, did it? So instead of going to the shop and buying the cough or the remedy or whatever you use, just try this and let me know how it goes when you try it. Okay, so that's it. I will drink it in a minute, but let's it cool down for a little bit. Okay, and I'll show you. Okay, thank you very much. As I said, this is hot. and this is fine. You can taste the ginger, you know, when it goes down, that smoothing taste of ginger. Okay, enjoy. As I said, you could add your sweetener, a teaspoon of honey, or if you prefer, some sugar. Yeah, but you can drink it without because it's sweet enough. Okay, and especially if you're giving children, don't make it too sweet. Okay, thank you now. Bye for now. Thank you. Okay, the next recipe that I'm going to show you all is another one that you can use for your coughs. Yeah, as well as using the onion tea that I've made. Okay, right. So what I'm doing here is just to peel the onion because I don't want the skin in this one. So I'm peeling the onion. Just take off the skin. And this is what I call my onion cough syrup. So this is my onion cough syrup. Okay. And again, the gas is getting to my eyes. Oh, this onion don't look very good. Okay, guys, this onion don't look very good. So I'll have to get some more onion. Excuse me for a minute. Okay, right, so let's do this again. So I'm using this size and this size would be roughly that big size, yeah? And it's a good thing I've got more onions in the house. Wow. Can you imagine if I didn't? Wouldn't be able to show you today. But I wanted to do these two things today so that my daughter don't have to be coming and going and go, Mom. Okay. So I'll just do this one as well. So you have to be careful when you buy things in the shop. You can't see the inside. You're always looking at the outside of stuff. What I should do is to take it back to the shop and said, give me my money back because you ain't good. All right? Just kidding. But yeah, if it was a shop down the road and not the supermarket, you could bring it back to the shop down the road and said, listen, you've sold me something bad. Come on, you either give me 2 for the price of the 1 or give me my money back. I'm sure my daughter is saying, Mom, you're always doing things like that. Oh dear. Oh boy. If I didn't have to drive to the supermarket, if it was just my corner shop on my street, I would definitely take it back. Never mind, I'll just get some paper towel. Okay, let's just wipe off this knife and just wipe off the board a bit. Okay. Right, so just cut this up. And I'm just going to cut this up as just as small as you can. And just sterilize this jar. Okay, just wash it out with soap and water and just sterilize it with some hot water. So you just cut up your onion. And as I said, onion is good for inflation, inflate. I can't say the word properly, but you know what I mean. Inflammation. For if you got inflame, right, in your joints or whatever, that's what I mean. Yeah. So it's quite good. And remember, if you can, you know, as much as you possibly can in your home, use natural stuff for when you're not feeling too good. You know, just do your research and things and see what is good and what isn't. I mean, do you remember when sometimes people of my age group, when if you do live with your grandparents, you know, or you go to visit your grandparents, you know, when you're sick, your grandparents never go and buy anything from the shop and give it to you. They'll go and pick something from the garden, or if you live in somewhere in a hot country or something like that, they go to the backyard. You know, they have so many things growing. They will go and pick something and give it to you, boil it in a tea and give it to you to drink, you know, or to take if you've got a bad cold. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, we have to go back to basics sometimes. Anyway, okay, so cut up. Okay, so I've done, so that's done. Now I'm going to put the honey. Yeah, once I finish putting the onions in. Okay, my daughter is telling me time is going. Okay, so I'm going to add the honey to this. And what I'm going to do is to leave it overnight. So I just roughly, I don't measure the honey, but I would say roughly between 3. Don't want it too sweet. So about 3, because you don't need to measure it. You just put enough that you think it's okay. And this is going to be left overnight on the counter, right? You'll see in the morning what will happen, because I'm going to leave it overnight. So in the morning, we'll get all that good onion juice. Yeah. And I'm trying to add a little bit more. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So that's it. Leave it in the morning, and this is your cough syrup. It will be done. Yeah, and all the natural juice from the onion will, you know, sort of come into your syrup. Okay, so that's it. It is done. I'm going to leave it at the side until tomorrow morning. Okay, so thank you very much for watching once again, and God bless, and I'll see you in the morning. And enjoy your tea. Okay, don't forget your tea. Enjoy it. Good morning, everyone. We're back again in my kitchen. Okay, how are you all doing? Okay, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Yeah, so this morning, what I'm going to do is strain the mixture that we did yesterday. Now it's the onion and the honey has been fermented. Yeah, so that's the word I was looking for yesterday, but I couldn't remember it. Fermented. So, you know, we're going to strain it. Yeah. Okay, so put it in my strainer. Strainer is a little bit too big for my jug, but never mind. Okay, and as you can see, you'll get quite a lot of liquid from this. Yeah? Okay, so what I'm going to do, just a minute, let me get a saucer. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to throw this away because you can eat this. You can use it in your salad, or you can use it in your, like a side dish whenever you're having your lunch or your evening meal. So keep this, don't throw it away. It's quite good. So what you're getting is 2 things for your money. So I'm going to put it back in this jar, and then I will put it in the fridge. So whenever we're eating or cooking, we can add it to it. So remember, don't throw it away. You're throwing away goodness. Okay. So I'm just going to put this in the sink. Okay. And now I am going to pour this in the jar. And this is a clean jar that's been sterilized. And as you can see from what I did yesterday with the honey, okay, once the onion had time to sweat down, you just leave it on the counter. This I'm going to put in the fridge. So each time what you do is just take a teaspoon. Yeah. And as you can see over here, I've got my tea. So what I had some this morning off camera, and what I did was pour some water on it, some hot water on it once I've warmed it up and I drank it. So I pour some more hot water on it. You can keep this for at least 3 days. Yeah, warming it up each time. Add some water each time to the onion tea and ginger tea, the onion and ginger tea. Yeah, so you have that, and you keep taking it until your cold go away, or with this you can have 3 teaspoons during the day until your cough goes away. Don't sort of take it once, yeah, because I know, especially with young folks, they will take it once and think it will go away. Keep taking it until it goes away. I'm going to take a teaspoon now and just show you. Okay, it's not too sweet, right? That's why you don't add too much honey to it, because it isn't too sweet. And I will add this and put this in my fridge. Okay, later on I'll put this in the fridge. So this is it. I've taught you 2 things, and this smooth your throat. This get away any mucus that you may have in your throat. And as I said, keep taking these 2 things. Take them at least for a week, or if you got a heavy cold, just keep boiling fresh tea after 3 days. This will last quite long in the fridge. Yeah, so you don't need to add anything else to it. And remember, all these things are natural things that you have in your home that you can use. Yeah, so the Lord bless you, and the Lord keep you, and look after yourselves now, and keep healthy. Yeah, and God bless, and thank you for watching. And please remember to give a comment. Yeah, and please try it. Okay, so this is Peaches signing out now. God bless. Bye. Love you.